Look, I am not going to blame Shera7 for this because I admire what she does. I really do admire her work. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed the way I talk about her, but like, I think she's a genius at what she does, literally. Um, but at the same time, just like me when I was younger, the things that she teaches is a little suspect, even though they're brilliant, in my opinion. She is a very entertaining person, but they have consequences. This is very similar to teaching guys to objectify women. It's literally the red pill for women. But because it's for women, people don't give a fuck about it as much, right? She's literally the Andrew Tate of women, like literally. And so when this is, I was watching her videos, and they all gave me Shera7 vibes. They all gave me Shera7 vibes. I couldn't, and you know what? She does watch Shera7. Like she does watch, and what Shera7 tells women to do is to go after older men, get the money, and secure the bag. But what they don't tell you to do is look out for red flags that this person might be using his money to get close to you. Let me tell you something, man. We're gonna watch the whole video, but this lady missed out on so many red flags. For example, the guy wanted to be in a relationship after 1 week. Get the fuck out of here. And the guy wanted to meet their kids. I don't know if you watched my video about 30 harsh truths about men, but one of them is this. All right, let's watch this. Look at this.
Oh, I can do it by myself. I don't need a man, as so many.
Today's topic, I want to do a follow-up. There's another video I ended up watching, and I think it's important because it kind of contextualizes everything. So if you guys haven't seen the first video, we put that out just the day before, so you guys can go check that out. She got married to someone rather quickly. During that marriage, she ended up getting raped.
That's the thing, is that getting married so quickly while having sick kids and getting into a relationship with a guy after like a few weeks, that's too much. You're ignoring red flags all because this guy has money. It's like, and people know that, so they use that money to get close to your kids, man.
A couple times, and then after that, her children that she had with this man, which I think we misspoke on. She had children.
We're gonna speed up these parts so that we could just listen to her talk, because she even gives classes. First of all, she deleted her videos right now. We want to try to find it here, and I think she deleted it. So all right, let's watch this.
That it's crazy.
I had my first child when I was 17 years old. I intentionally got pregnant with my boyfriend at the time. And
so she was a teen parent. Okay, look, man, whatever, man. I'm not even gonna say there's nothing wrong with that. But most likely she didn't have a dad. It's just that simple. Kids with dads don't have too many kids. I mean, don't have two kids under 18.
Basically turned into a child raising a child. After having 2 children and being a single mom, I think that my self-esteem was definitely low. I didn't know that at the time, but if I think back about the kind of men that I was choosing, it definitely was a reflection of my lower self-esteem. My mom drilled into me.
You could tell yourself you don't have low self-esteem. Like we rather believe what we think about ourselves rather than the action themselves. Because if you observed your behavior, you might notice that you have low self-esteem. But because you're only focusing on the positive, on the things that you say, your identity is not made up of your actions, it's made up of the concept that you think you are. It's like a guy who thinks he's hot when in reality he's not, right? He's not paying attention to feedback.
Oh, go with the man that's going to be the best breeder. And I think society drilled into me to go after the thug, the street dude, the swag type dude, or whatever you want to call it. I was very self-sufficient, all about the mindset of, oh, I can do it by myself. I don't need a man, as so many of us modern women say. It felt so lonely, and it was sad. It was really sad. It was, I'd say, one of the lowest points in my life. And I realized that I don't want to do this on my own. I don't want to raise these boys on my own. I want a family. I want someone that I can love, someone that loves me and my children. And after learning quickly that everything that glitters is not gold, I happened to come across Shera7 on YouTube, and she completely changed my life. And she basically taught me what a high value man is and what to look for when trying to find a husband.
You know Shera7 is?
No.
That's the drizzle girl. Or is it sprinkle?
It was
The original sprinkle.
If you're a woman and you're jealous and you're married, you married the wrong man. Sprinkle.
So listen, man, it's guys do teach. God, look, people, I got mugged before. All right, I, I'm literally the version of that girl. Well, actually, I'm not gonna compare myself to her to what happened, but you know what I mean, like stupidity, overlooking red flag is all because you want the poom, right? Um, and so anyone in either sex could get played, right? My mistake was me not looking at the red flags because I was too I was too focused on having fun. Her mistake was the fact that she was just focusing on the bag. You know what? That's what red pills teach men, and that's what Shera7 teaches women, right? And that's toxic. That's not a value system that, like, nobody thinks about how that decision can affect your kids. She never talks about that. I don't know, man. See, I don't want to. I don't like.
Sprinkle.
no.
Because I could pay bills by myself. What I need him for?
And I think the second person that I matched with was the man that I'm married to now, my husband. My husband and I have a 20-year age gap, and he was not the first older man that I dated. I actually dated someone like 10 years older than me. A lot of people have told me I'm not very mature for my age, so someone 10 years older than me just wasn't a big enough age gap for me to vibe with.
Did she say someone 10 years my age wasn't enough of an age gap for me to vibe with? So she needed someone much older, according to herself.
You needed that.
And so when I met my husband, I knew right away almost, and people say that, but it was definitely true. I know it sounds cliche. Just from our first date, it just felt natural.
Again, she's dating like she don't have kids. Like that's the problem, right? When you have kids, there is a certain handicap. That's just the truth, you know? And she's acting like she doesn't have responsibilities. You know, and this is the equivalent of a man child like me, right? A man who still hasn't grown up, right? Who doesn't have as many responsibilities, right? I live for myself, right? Well, actually, I don't. Self-disclosure, I do give to charity, but you know, this is a very small channel, so none of you guys are gonna know that. No other people are gonna know that. But you know, since this isn't the topic, I do try to, you know, because it's good karma. Like I'll do volunteer work at meditation retreats. Like it's important to give back, right? But yeah, like she lives. Yeah, she has the kids, but like the decision she's making, it's all about her. And I understand women like this. Like I think she's a narcissist, and she just doesn't know it. You know, I think she's a narcissist and just doesn't know it.
I felt like I just had known this person already. It was so comfortable. I think we both were kind of just dating different people at the time, and it's not good to put all. And I had gotten into a serious relationship with somebody, and I ended up falling for the girlfriend trap. But that guy had really been investing a lot into me and doing a lot for me, so I kind of felt like I had to.
Investing a lot in me. So okay. So if I'm a Chris Hansen victim and I want to get close to your kids, all I gotta do is just give you money. You know, that's honestly how kids get touched. Because the mom is not seeing the ulterior motive of the man. He doesn't see that maybe he's a little bit too motivated to meet them. Motherfucker, I don't want to see your kids. Get that motherfucker away from me. Within the first few months, I don't want to see that motherfucker. All right, I don't want to see your kids. I don't care how cute they are. I don't want to see them. You know, so it's kind of like anytime a guy is really anxious to see your kids, bro, girl, watch out. Don't think you're that cute.
agreed to be his girlfriend because he asked me multiple times and I finally agreed. I could tell that he was really just putting up with my kids. He didn't really embrace them. And I just like packed all my stuff and left. And it was crazy because the next day, my husband, my now husband, reached out to me and was like, hey, how are you doing? And I told him, you know, I just got out of a relationship. And I kind of told him a little bit about why. And he was telling me like, oh, you know, those are my boys. And he had genuinely really connected with my kids. And he was not the kind of man that was just be nice to them to get to me. Like, it was very genuine.
The day after.
That isn't even the most shocking part. She went on a couple of dates with him.
And they already met the kids. Already met the kids. They already vibe.
It just sounds like she has a boundary problem. And the reason why is this deep unhappiness. There's so much unhappiness on the inside that you don't notice how willing you are to overlook boundaries just to quench that thirst, just to relieve that pain. People like her feel a perpetual emptiness on the inside that nothing can fill. No amount of money, no guy, nothing can fill it. The guys she's attracted to are guys that are also equally empty on the inside. You gotta understand, men that lead with their money are empty on the inside. Men that lead with their money feel like lack of connections with other people. They don't trust people. They think most people like them because of their money. Especially if they have low self-esteem, no self-worth, very few friends, struggled with women when they were younger. Sounds like me, right? Nah, I'm not rich people. But yeah, like it's like, you know, like when you're attracted to rich older men, come on, what the isn't the stereotype that old guys are creepy? Why all of a sudden when there's money, he ain't creepy no more? Get the fuck out of here.
They already vibe with the kids.
Okay.
Yo.
Sorry. No. I don't care. Victim blame, whatever. Okay, let me say this real fast. All right? You're a parent. You're dating strangers. That's cool. You're not supposed to invite them to meet your kids. They're not even your partner.
After a couple of dates.
Oh, my days. I'm sorry.
I dated a girl, and she had kids, and I met them at like 8 months, 9 months. And I only met the once. And you could tell he was pissed. You could tell he was like, who is this you fucking dark motherfucker, man? Dad don't look like that. And I'm like, I ain't dad. I was like, yo, kid, I'm not fucking dad, all right? Shut the fuck up. I didn't do that. But it was awkward. I'm not even gonna lie, it was awkward because you could tell that the kid wasn't happy that I was there. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't like it. I felt bad for the kid. I really, because I'm like,
but no, okay? See, this is the thing. Everybody, remember last video what you said to me?
That kind of person did what they did and was trying to hide it from you. It's not because you didn't do your job.
She didn't do nothing.
And remember what you said?
How do you know, though?
She just neglectfully just...
Life yet. And they already...
She legit deleted her videos, so we only have this one to watch.
Was going to be ending very soon, which is why I went ahead and moved in with my person that had became my ex. We started living together, and
where did she say?
Her lease was about to end.
So that's why she moved?
Well, no, she's already breaking up with the guy because she didn't want to get, according to her.
I told my husband.
So she was homeless, pretty much. She was homeless. So women, again, ladies, this is a women's channel, so I don't want you guys to get pissed, but you know what's a big red flag in a woman? When she can't control her spending. When you can't control that credit card, when you have a lot of debt, oh, fuck no. Let me tell you something, ladies. I will never be with a woman who is in a lot of debt. I'm never going to be with her because she can't control herself. If you want to know whether or not a woman can control her impulses, look at her bank account. You don't have to be rich. Most people don't have an earning problem. Most people have a spending problem. Like, it really is as simple as that.
Husband, I was like, hey, it was so embarrassing to admit, but I was like, I need a place to stay because...
Okay! Did you... Okay! Okay! That's what I caught. You don't even need to play the rest of the video.
We're going to play... other women how great it is and giving them tips on how to do this shit.
Yep. Like she said it out loud
No.
and didn't hear herself.
No.
And he was saying, well, if you're going to live with me, it's going to be as my wife, not as my girlfriend.
Tout de suite? Tout de suite?
Rule number one, people, never let a guy speed up their relationship. Go slow. What the fuck are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You're so desperate for money, for the bag, that you're willing to accept it just because you got a nice bank account? Like she literally said, she decides on who to tolerate because of how much money they make, because he takes care of me. That has to be one of the most toxic modern words in the dating lexicon nowadays. He takes care of me. No.
Ah, l'Éternel est mon berger.
In 1 week?
Ta houlette et ton bâton me rassurent. Tu dresses devant moi une table devant mes adversaires.
Hold up.
Aucun mal.
In 1 week?
1 fucking week, my guy.
Not even a week. She was talking to this guy the moment she broke up with the other dude. She didn't even move
The
out.
day after. Est-ce que vous comprenez?
She said, I'm about to be homeless. He said, you better be my wife.
This is crazy.
So you didn't accept being his girlfriend on the first date, but you just gonna be, hey, yo, you know what?
And I was like, well, how spontaneous are you? And he laughed and he said, very
How spontaneous are you? Honestly, this sounds like a Shera7's strategy. How spontaneous are you? This is some bullshit, honestly.
spontaneous. I was like, right. So we started entertaining the idea of getting married immediately. So I'm going to go and get the wedding ring. We were talking about getting married like the next week.
She acts like it's cute. It's like it's a cute thing. Bitch, that ain't cute. Like, looking at this in hindsight is wild to me.
Yo, she about to be homeless with 2 kids, and she talking about, I'm gonna go get a wedding ring.
This crazy. Hey, I don't know what it is. Disney, I don't know if it's Disney that got you fucked up like that. I'm gonna find my Prince Charming in a day. But this is crazy. Nobody.
What single mom did you see on Disney?
Nobody.
What Rapunzel did you see?
It's not even the single kid. It's finding the Prince Charming that's gonna save me out of my situation. It ain't really got to do with the single kids. It's always like it's more like the knight in a white armor that's gonna.
FaceTime, I was like, I did something. He was like, what did you do? I was like, I got your wedding ring. I had really bad habit of like spending money. And I was like, if I don't get the ring now, then I'm not going to get it. So I went ahead and got it.
See what I'm saying? I could kind of. One of the reasons why women like this want men with money is because they just don't know how to control their impulses. They objectify men as a savings like fucking thing, and it kind of affects them. Like they are literally doing what guys do with women when they objectify women. Like they're doing the same thing with guys.
Well, let me rewind. So then after that, I think it was like the next day, something told me to go online and check my eHarmony profile. So I went on there.
I don't know what that voice is, but for future reference, anytime you hear that voice, run away. Fuck that voice. That's the voice of Satan. Girl, if next time you hear that voice, Miss Weiss, say no to Satan. It's your North Star.
And I saw that he had updated his picture. And I was like, oh no, this dude is playing around. Like, I'm glad I didn't spend a whole bunch of money on this ring. Like, he was just playing. And I screenshotted it and sent him a picture. And I said, it doesn't seem
You're
like
willing to spend all of that money on the ring while you're broke? Credit cards. See what I'm saying, girl? Girl, I want to see her nails. I want to see how her nails. I swear to God, I bet you money those nails give the best back scratching. I swear to God, watch.
on the same page. So
Let me get this straight. Dude said he wanted you to be his wife.
It was still on eHarmony.
And you found out that he was updating the shit like he's still talking to other people, and you still married.
But he's got the bag. He takes care of me.
The man. Okay.
And he texted me and he was like, no, I'm serious. I am going to marry you, in caps. And I think that evening he like ended up going and buying my ring. And the ring that he got me is not the ring I had now. It was a nice
It's all microwave shit. Quick. No thought. Just impulses. Come on, man. Come on, girl. Like, okay, it's one thing for you to be by yourself. got kids, man. You got to grow up. Honestly, I don't, I don't know if I would have kids. What would be my lifestyle, people? I don't know. But I like to think I'll be responsible. Honestly, I like to think I'll be responsible. I'll do everything possible to change all of my bad habits, and that would be being more stable, not dating random ass women. Like seriously, right? But, but I'm not gonna judge it because I don't know how I'll behave. You get what I mean? I don't know how I'm gonna behave, but this is wild as shit, man. I don't know, man. I think the fact that she's still making it about herself is the fact that annoys me. If she was really making it about her kids, she would not publicize this or say simply because she doesn't want her kids embarrassed in the future. Just that is enough for her to say nothing. And then the fact that she allowed herself to get hard by him and stay. Yo, no, you know what? Every time I repeat that, it makes me angry because stupidity makes me angry sometimes.
ring, but it wasn't nearly as big as a rock that I'm currently sporting. But when he showed it to me, in my head, I said, it's not about the ring, it's about the marriage. And I definitely think that that's something that you ladies should keep in mind, is that if a man is going to propose to you, don't make it about the ring, because that can really turn a man off and make him think that that's all that you care about is having a big ring, when it's more important to have the marriage.
I think it's more important to have the relationship. I think it's more important to have time.
It's more important to have safety-free kids.
I'm pretty sure if I opened up my fucking Instagram and said, hey, to somebody, some crazy person's probably going to say yes. Mm-hmm. Probably more important to get to know them first.
So we ended up getting married the next week. Everybody was shocked. I randomly called my mom, my grandmother, hey, I'm getting married in a few days. We got married at the courthouse because I told him I don't need a big wedding. I'd rather spend that money elsewhere. Becoming his wife and...
Spend. Ladies and gentlemen. Like, I judge a woman by how she spends my money. I do. It's one thing to be, to want to get dinner. Oh, that's fine. But she gives me the vibes that if I'm broke, she'll be pissed off. She wants a princess treatment. All you princess treatment in the search curvy ass subscribers that I love, I hope this is a cautionary story for you.
Really being the kind of woman that could just get a ring like that took work. I had to become
it just takes you ignoring red flags. And now she's out there telling people this, putting other women in a similar position. This is the Shera effect. As much, like I said, as much as a brilliant YouTuber that she is, the shit that she says, man, it's just too wild, man. It's just too wild. Fucking, she says, if you're dating a guy who's broke, you're not sad, you're a hostage, some shit like that. I'm like, come on, Shera, like, you're too wild for that, man. You're too wild for that.
Woman that a man would want to take around his colleagues. But yeah, I know it's kind of a interesting story, but I also helped two of my sisters to get married. They both got married in less than a year as well. So I'm really good.
I hope you better check in. You better check in on them because your strategies got you in this situation. Ladies, again, if you're doing this and you're single, okay, it's totally fine. But when you have kids, she's playing the game. People, I don't think Shera has kids, right? Which kind of makes sense, but which kind of it kind of like says like she could do what she says because she doesn't have kids. But when you have kids, you have to be extra careful. How much money the guy makes should never be a big portion as to whether or not you stay with him. It should be his morality, his honesty. How he sees you, how he respects you. Come on, man.
Good at knowing how to get women the ring.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'm not, at first I was just angry because I think kids are raised in these environments. Now I'm just sad because kids are raised in these environments. And there's literally nothing most of us can do about the fact that, there's no license to be a parent. There's nothing. Any of you crazy motherfuckers can have kids.
I've met women like that. I can see them from a mile away. And again, I'm not judging because if you know me, you know I'm also fucking flawed, right? But this is when you have kids, that's another level of depravity. Because the guy literally touched his own kids. I mean, he had 2 kids with her. That's what people said, and he hard the kids. And the fact that he arded her and she still stayed with him, I understand. Sometimes you get pressured, sometimes you feel scared, but come on, man. Like, come on. Like, those kids are gonna hate you in the future. I can promise you that. They're gonna hate your ass. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to myforattraction.org and take care.